Hello, it's me, MC of Healthy by George. I come each week to talk about issues that we face as we get older so that we can stay healthy and functional well into our much older years. Today, I want to talk about the issues around balance, and it's really critical. I really learned that over this past weekend, and I can't wait to share. Please think about subscribing. I would love to see you here and share how you are working towards making a healthier version of yourself so that you can stay functional into your much older years. Let's join together and support one another. Connection is key. So, why is balance so important? I'm going to tell you as you get older, and I was wearing heels this weekend. There was a wedding for my family, and they held it out at this bowl ground where there's gravel and uneven surfaces. And I'm going to tell you, it was like, holy moly. I think it was complicated for two reasons for me. One, I'm recovering from a hip replacement surgery. So I'm still trying to make myself stronger because after you've been adapting to poor walking processes and functioning because you've got so much pain in your hip, now you've got to work with muscles and tendons so that they're now functioning properly. The other thing is I'm older and it's working with some little wedges to maintain your balance on this uneven surface. It was a little bit challenging. The other issue is that as we get older, especially after 65, 1 in 4 people suffer a fall. That's a big deal because falls are one of the leading problems of older people, losing independence, having a severe injury, such as to their head or to their hip, which is really critical. And it's just really a problem that falling puts us at risk as we get older to some severe injuries. And I think all of us want to maintain our independence for as long as we can. I want to maintain my independence until I leave this earth. How about you? So, good balance is really key for us as we get older to maintain our daily activities like walking, managing getting in and out of bathtubs, or uneven surfaces, or climbing stairs safely. Any of that. If you have poor balance, you then become afraid of moving. And that's not good because it reduces our physical activity. It also increases how much we start to decline. So we really, truly must work with ourselves to increase our ability to move. No matter what, movement is king. We've learned so much that sitting is death, moving is king. And I've made it a really big focus for myself that when I'm working, I don't sit for more than an hour, 50 minutes before I try to get up, move around, do a few exercise movements, or even now I'm going to start trying to move some of these things, such as balance issues, so that I can still stay functional well into my much older years. And that's really the easy, not easy, but it is the key. Key is that we want to keep our muscle and joint health. And what is it as we struggle to get stronger as we get older is key because we are losing the capacity to maintain our muscles. So aging leads to muscle loss. So we have to do everything. That means increasing our protein. It means lifting muscles, development, lifting weights, doing things that are going to increase our strength and build more muscles so that we can avoid joint stiffness, that we can avoid things that impact our balance. So we need to practice balance exercise. So what are those? The key is that to begin to be part of some type of an exercise program, Tai Chi, yoga, anything that will help you with maintaining balance and strength training. So walking, Tai Chi, yoga, anything that will help you. Because really, we have to work more towards our health as we get older, such as standing on one leg. Do some heel to toe walking. Do something so that you can move around more with unstable balance. I think they have some kind of those instability balls that you can stand on so that you get used to being on surfaces that are not stable. And that's those instability, I think they're called instability balls or instability platforms, and they help you maintain your balance. We have to do this because one, our brain and our ear and our muscles all talk to each other. I talked about this in my episode called proprioception. This is a really amazing mechanism of our body that talks to each other, that helps us maintain our a sense of where we are in space. And so it's very important that we also challenge this proprioception and make our body work in what we call the brain, inner ear, eyes, and body movements so that we can stay flexible. And yoga and Tai Chi are very good programs to help us build that sensibility. And stimulating and moving and balance exercise help us not only with our movement, but with our thinking and our coordination. All of those work together. So the other thing that we can do is make ourselves feel more confident. When you're practicing these types of things, it makes you feel less anxious. It makes you feel more confident about movement. And as we get older, you can feel a sense of limitations, fear of mobility. Don't be afraid to use a walking stick on uneven ground. I'm doing that as I've recovered from my hip replacement. The uneven sidewalks of New York are not pleasant. So if I'm walking the dog, I'm bringing a walking stick because my dog, he has a tendency to go everywhere. And I want to be able to move flexibly and not feel afraid to move. And I think that if you have a walking stick as a way of helping yourselves, why not? And I don't want to fall on the New York streets anyway. So, how about working on exercises like heel to toe? You can get up after sitting for a few minutes, do some heel to toe walking, do some side to side walking, do some walking or standing on one leg or balancing. Do that with a weight, even. I've seen some of these one legged exercises that you can do with a weight, but do it with someone who's helping you train and keeping you functional so that you don't hurt yourself while you're training. That's what I get afraid of. And also, too, we have to recognize that as we get older, yes, we have arthritis, we have inflammation, we have things that will decline. But let's do everything we can to help ourselves, keep ourselves moving, and keep ourselves in a working, functional capacity. And balance is key. If you don't feel safe walking on even a smooth surface, you have to start to use an assistive device. And I don't care for using assistive device. I had to make the choice this past weekend whether I wanted to bring the walking stick or a cane because I was walking at long distances through the airport. But you know what? I did it. I felt really proud of myself walking these long distances, and I didn't have much trouble at all. And I was really proud. I really felt good. I think the other thing is, even though I felt a little uncertain in certain situations, like there wasn't a rail on one of the steps to go up into the cabin that we were staying. It was just some steps. I was like, I don't feel so certain about that. So I would ask my brother or my sister to just give me a little support. So I felt confident going up and down these stairs. That's the key. Keeping our confidence, keeping ourselves moving, keeping ourselves challenged so that we do keep our balance, so that we don't have ourselves falling on and staying on the floor. How about you? What are you doing to keep yourself functional into your much older age when it comes to balance? Share with me what tips and guides you're following so that you are doing things every day to help yourself stay functional well into your older age. So this is me, MC. Please think about subscribing. I'd love to see you here each week where we can share and connect about how to support one another as we get older so we can stay functional, independent, well into our much older years. Please subscribe, push that like button, and share. I would totally love to see you here. It's through sharing that we show that we care. And remember, we have this one precious life. Let's live it to the fullest. Thank you so much. See you next week.
So thank you so much for joining me at Healthy by George. I hope you found the information inspiring and that it encourages you on your wellness journey. Because remember, your body, your well-being are a most precious gift, and every tiny action taken daily can make a huge difference. I hope the information here is educational purposes and is not meant to replace your medical care. See your doctor and talk about what works for you. If you enjoyed today's content, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Your support means the world to me, and it helps me continuing creating content that inspires and empowers you to live your best life. Goodbye for now, and join me again at the next Healthy by George.